Morning, children. Welcome back to another session of EVS. Children, do you remember what did we do in last class? We discussed about the life cycle of mosquito and frog in last class, and we found that water is required for life for many insects. Now, water is present in all the living things also. Always, all the people keep saying that our body is made up of water, most of our body, right? That's true. And it's not true only for us, it is true for all other living organisms as well, whether they are animals or plants or anything. So let's do some activities based upon that. So you can open your book at page number 57, and also you need some material for that. For that, children, you can keep some material ready with you, like any fruit or vegetable. Some leaves you can keep with you, 2 empty matchboxes, scale, pencil, etc. Now you would wonder, ma'am, what we have to do with these things? These things will help us to know whether living things have water in them or not. So let's see how. Children, what are these? These are leaves. And you know that leaves, they are a part of plant. And plant is a living being, right? It is alive because they grow. So let's see whether they have water in them or not. So you take a leaf or a petal and you crush it between your fingers. Crush it between your fingers like this. And children, you find out, you can see the water on my finger, right? And you can see its color also. The water has come out of it. Clearly you can see some shiny droplets of water on my finger, right? So that shows that living beings, means plants, also have water in them. You can also take different parts of the plant, like fruit, flower, or say stem, root. You can crush them and you will find out that they also have water in them, right? I have taken now, I have taken this potato. You can take cucumber or brinjal also. You scoop out, making a cavity into it, right? And observe it. Just see, I have made a cavity out of it and I left it for 5 minutes, and you can see some amount of water into it, right? Can you see the water into it? We'll see this again after 10 minutes, right? What happened to it? So even from this also we can come to know that this contains water, isn't it? This is wet, right? This same activity is mentioned here, and this is related to your workbook question as well, right, children? And the next activity is that you can put a poly bag around some leaves of a plant, tie it tightly with the thread, and you can observe it after few hours. I'll show you that also. Just see, children, like this. I have tied a poly bag around some leaves of the plant, and after few hours you will observe that some droplets are coming out of it. Droplets are there, very small droplets are there, which you are not able to see from it. Like this, you can do it yourself and you will observe that the tiny droplets of water are there in the poly bag, though the poly bag was empty, dry. So where this water has come from? This has come from the plant, and the process is called transpiration. Children, when you work with the plant, when you rub the plant, then you be careful. Don't take any weed plant, because that may be poisonous or dangerous for you. So don't use any plant which you don't know. Like here they have given an example of it, like calotropis, that is poisonous, so we should not use this. Kovich, which also gives bad itching, so we should not use this. So means you should use those plants for which you are familiar, right children? Children, you have observed that water is there in the leaves, water is there in the vegetable, water is there coming from the plants. So now water is there in the flower too. For that you can do yourself. What you have to do, you take two flowers, alike flowers, and you cut them. Now we have to do one more thing for it. You make a balance of your own. Take the pencil, put the scale on it, take two empty boxes, match boxes, and put them there so that it is balanced. Now you can cut two flowers and you can weigh them, and you just see whether they are of equal weight or not. If it is moving this side, means here the weight is more, so you cut some part of the flower and balance it, right children? And then children, one flower you keep in water, one you keep outside in the sun, and after one day, next day, you can measure the weight of the both using your balance, right? Using your balance which you have made, and you see that which flower will weigh more. Guess children, which flower will weigh more, and after measuring you can tell it very clearly that which flower will weigh more, right? Another activity is there with the flower only, like we have done with the chalk. So same way you can do this activity with the flower. You will find out that this color which was there in the glass, you can take some water, mix some color into it, and you dip a flower with the stem into it, and after few hours you will observe that water goes up into it. You can cut the stem of it and you will find out the color into it, right children? So this also shows that water is required by the plants, so it goes up, right? Water is inside our body as well. How do we come to know? Children, suppose you hold a mirror in front of you or a glass in front of you. When you breathe out on it, what do you see? We see it becomes foggy, and when you touch those droplets, they make your fingers wet. So means that shows that some water droplets came out which made it foggy. So that water droplets came from inside our body, right? One more activity you can do. These days we are sometimes using gloves, so you can also observe that if you tie a poly bag around your hand, leave it for 10 minutes. So after 10 minutes only you will find out your hand has got wet. Why this got wet? Was your poly bag wet? No. Poly bag was dry, that water has come from inside your body, right? Which made your hand wet. So that shows that water is present inside our body too. So hope children you have understood that water is required for the living thing. Water is present in all living bodies. Water is present inside us. Water is present in plants as well. So hope you have understood children. Good day children. Bye bye.